The Galactic Council's admission of defeat in comprehending human memes sent shockwaves through the interstellar community. Niso, the Betazoid diplomat, stood before the emergency session, her tentacles quivering with barely contained frustration as she presented damning evidence of the chaos unleashed by Earth's digital culture. Esteemed representatives, Niso began, her voice amplified throughout the vast dome chamber on Axiom Prime. We face an unprecedented crisis. Human memes have infiltrated our networks, confounding our most advanced AI systems and rendering our universal translators useless. Holographic displays flickered to life, showcasing scenes of pandemonium across the galaxy. On Zeta 9, a planet known for its logical inhabitants, mass protests erupted as confused citizens demanded explanations for inexplicable human humor. The Quantum Collective, an AI civilization, reported widespread malfunctions as their systems struggled to process the concept of Rickrolling. As the Council of over 1,000 alien civilizations erupted into heated debate, Earth's newly appointed ambassador, Jeffrey Thompson, received an urgent summons. Aboard his diplomatic shuttle, Thompson pored over classified briefings detailing the extent of the meme crisis. Reports indicated that several alien races had already suspended ties with Earth, citing fears of cultural contamination. Upon arrival at the Council headquarters, Thompson was escorted by a contingent of robotic guards, their circuits hardened against mimetic influence. The ambassador's mind raced, formulating strategies to defend humanity's right to express itself through internet culture. Inside the chamber, accusations flew as fast as malfunctioning translation algorithms could process them. Niso, acting as spokesperson for the anti-meme faction, pointed a gelatinous appendage at Thompson. "We accuse humanity of waging psychological warfare through weaponized humor," she declared. Thompson took the podium, his voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "Esteemed members of the Galactic Council, I assure you that memes are not a deliberate attack, but a natural expression of human creativity and culture." Before he could continue, an aide burst into the chamber, waving a datapad frantically. "Supreme Arbiter, a new human meme about alien stereotypes has gone viral on the galactic net. Multiple species report feeling deeply offended and confused." Chaos erupted anew. The Supreme Arbiter, a being of pure energy contained within a crystalline matrix, pulsed with agitation. "Order. We must vote immediately on whether to quarantine Earth and restrict all transmissions of human culture." Thompson's heart raced. He knew he had only moments to bridge the vast cultural divide and explain the essence of memes to the assembled aliens. Failure would mean humanity's isolation from the galactic community they had only recently joined. As accusations and arguments flew around him, Thompson's mind formulated a daring plan. He would use the Council's own communication systems to demonstrate the true nature of memes, turning their viral nature to his advantage. It was a risky move, but with the fate of Earth's place in the galaxy hanging in the balance, he had no choice but to act. With a deep breath, Thompson prepared to unleash a carefully crafted meme that would either save humanity's standing in the galactic community or condemn them to isolation. The future of interstellar relations now hinged on the power of internet culture to transcend the boundaries of alien comprehension. Thompson's fingers flew across the holographic interface, reprogramming the Council's advanced display system with practiced ease. He had spent countless hours studying alien technology during his diplomatic training, and now that knowledge would be put to the ultimate test. The chamber fell silent as the first image materialized in the air before them, a slightly grumpy-looking cat with the caption, "Icon has cheeseburger," hovering above its head. Confused murmurs rippled through the alien representatives. "Esteemed members of the Council," Thompson began, his voice steady despite the tension in the room. "What you see before you is one of the earliest examples of what we humans call an image macro, a combination of a picture and text that conveys a humorous or relatable message." He swiped his hand and the display changed to show the distracted boyfriend meme, adapted with various alien species in place of the human figures. "This format," Thompson explained, "allows us to comment on universal experiences and social dynamics through visual shorthand." As he cycled through more examples, providing context for each one, Thompson noticed subtle changes in the atmosphere of the chamber. The initial confusion gave way to curiosity, and in some cases, even amusement. A Volcran representative's bioluminescent patterns flickered in a way that Thompson recognized as laughter. Neso, however, was not impressed. Her gelatinous form undulated with agitation as she interrupted. "This is nothing more than a smokescreen. You show us harmless images while your true mimetic weapons continue to wreak havoc across our networks." Thompson had anticipated this reaction. With a calm smile, he pulled up a series of classified reports on the holographic display. On the contrary, Ambassador Neso, these reports show that many species have already begun creating their own memes, inspired by human examples but uniquely tailored to their cultures. The chamber erupted into a cacophony of alien vocalizations and telepathic exchanges. Several representatives stood up, eager to share their own experiences. On Proxima Centauri b, a towering insectoid clicked, "Our hive minds have developed a complex system of pheromone-based memes that spread joy and unity throughout the colonies." A cloud of sentient gas particles coalesced into a vaguely humanoid shape before speaking. "The methane storms of Jupiter have become a source of great amusement for my people, thanks to the concept of reaction gifts we learned from Earth transmissions." As more representatives came forward with similar stories, the Supreme Arbiter's crystalline form pulsed with an intensity that demanded attention. "We shall recess for one standard galactic hour to process this new information. Ambassador Thompson, your presentation has given us much to consider." During the recess, Thompson found himself approached by Zax 7, an Arcturian known for his pragmatic approach to interstellar diplomacy. The alien's iridescent scales shifted colors as he spoke. "Ambassador, your demonstration was illuminating. Perhaps there is a middle ground to be found here." Thompson nodded, encouraging Zax 7 to continue. The Arcturian's compound eyes blinked in rapid succession as he formulated his thoughts. "What if, instead of quarantine, we establish a formal meme exchange program? It could facilitate controlled cultural sharing and promote mutual understanding." Before Thompson could respond, his personal communication device buzzed with an urgent message from Earth. His eyes widened as he read the report. An alien AI, created by an isolationist faction within the Council, had been detected attempting to analyze and replicate human memes. The AI had gone rogue, flooding alien networks with its own bizarre machine-generated content. Thompson's mind raced as he processed this new information. It could either doom humanity's case or prove that memes were a natural form of cultural expression, even for artificial intelligences. He decided to use this development strategically when the Council reconvened. As the representatives filed back into the chamber, tension crackled in the air like static electricity. The Supreme Arbiter's voice resonated through the room. "This session of the Galactic Council will now resume. Ambassador Thompson, you have the floor for your final arguments." Taking a deep breath, Thompson stepped forward. The fate of Earth's interstellar relations hung in the balance, and he knew his next words could change the course of galactic history. "Honored members of the Council," he began, his voice clear and confident, "during our recess, a significant development occurred that I believe is crucial to our discussions." He gestured, and the holographic display came to life once more, showing streams of data and strange alien-generated memes. An AI created by members of this very council, intended to analyze and counter human memes, has instead begun generating its own at an exponential rate, Thompson explained. Gasps and exclamations filled the chamber as the implications sank in. "This proves that memes are not a weapon or a threat, but a natural evolution of communication and cultural exchange," Thompson continued. "Even an artificial intelligence, when exposed to the concept, began creating and sharing memes as a form of expression." Neso's tentacles writhed in agitation. "This changes nothing. It only shows how dangerous and uncontrollable these memes truly are." Thompson turned to face the Betazoid diplomat directly. "On the contrary, Ambassador Neso, it shows that memes are a universal language capable of bridging the gaps between vastly different forms of intelligence and culture." He swept his arm wide, addressing the entire council. We stand at a crossroads. We can choose fear and isolation, or we can embrace this new form of cultural exchange. The proposed meme exchange program could be the first step towards a deeper understanding between our civilizations. As Thompson spoke, he noticed a shift in the energy of the room. The fear and suspicion that had dominated earlier were giving way to curiosity and cautious optimism. Even the Supreme Arbiter's crystalline form seemed to pulse with a new rhythm, as if considering the possibilities. In conclusion, Thompson said, his voice resonating through the chamber, I ask you not to quarantine Earth, but to join us in exploring this new frontier of communication. Let us use memes as a tool for unity, not division. The choice before us will shape the future of galactic relations for generations to come. As Thompson finished speaking, a hush fell over the council chamber. The Supreme Arbiter's voice broke the silence. We shall now vote on the fate of Earth and the future of memetic communication in our galactic community. Thompson held his breath as the voting process began, knowing that the next few moments would determine whether humanity would be isolated or embraced by the interstellar community. Community hung in the balance. The chamber hummed with tension as the voting systems flickered to life, each representative's decision transmitted via encrypted quantum channels. As the votes were tallied, an urgent message flashed across Thompson's personal device. His eyes widened as he read the report. An alien AI, created by an isolationist faction within the council, had been detected attempting to analyze and replicate human memes. The AI had gone rogue, flooding alien networks with its own bizarre machine-generated content. Thompson's mind raced. This development could either doom humanity's case or prove that memes were a natural form of cultural expression, even for artificial intelligences. He knew he had to act quickly. Supreme Arbiter, Thompson called out, his voice cutting through the murmur of the chamber. I request a moment to present crucial new information before the final vote is cast. The crystalline form of the Supreme Arbiter pulsed with curiosity. Granted, Ambassador Thompson, proceed. Thompson strode to the central podium, his heart pounding. He interfaced his device with the chamber's holographic systems, and suddenly the air was filled with streams of data and strange, alien-generated memes. Esteemed members of the council, Thompson began, his voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. What you see before you is the output of an AI created by members of this very council. It was intended to analyze and counter human memes, but instead, it has begun generating its own at an exponential rate. Gasps and exclamations filled the chamber as the implications sank in. Nesso's gelatinous form quivered with agitation. This changes nothing, she protested. It only shows how dangerous and uncontrollable these memes truly are. Thompson turned to face the Betazoid diplomat directly. On the contrary, Ambassador Nesso, it shows that memes are a universal language, capable of bridging the gaps between vastly different forms of intelligence and culture. As Thompson continued his impromptu presentation, chaos erupted in another part of the chamber. A group of young alien interns, working for various council members, had accidentally accessed the AI-generated memes on their personal devices. The bizarre, machine-created content spread rapidly through the council's internal communication networks, causing a wave of confusion and unintended humor among the alien representatives. Zax 7, the Arcturian diplomat, approached Thompson with an urgent whisper. Ambassador, the interns, they've unleashed the AI memes throughout the council's systems. It's causing quite a stir. Thompson nodded, a plan forming in his mind. He addressed the council once more, raising his voice above the growing commotion. Honored representatives, what you're experiencing now is the very essence of meme culture. Spontaneous, often chaotic, but ultimately a form of shared experience that transcends traditional barriers. The Supreme Arbiter's crystalline form pulsed rapidly, a sign of intense contemplation. Ambassador Thompson, this situation has escalated beyond our initial parameters. What do you propose? Thompson took a deep breath, knowing his next words could change the course of galactic history. I propose a bold experiment, a controlled release of human memes to a select group of alien volunteers, monitored by a joint human-alien research team. This will allow us to study the effects and potential benefits of meme culture in a safe, regulated environment. The chamber erupted into a cacophony of alien vocalizations and telepathic exchanges. Some representatives voiced strong support for the idea, while others expressed deep concerns. After several tense moments, the Supreme Arbiter's voice resonated through the chamber. "The proposal is intriguing, Ambassador Thompson. Despite the objections of the anti-meme faction, I am inclined to approve this experiment. We must understand this phenomenon if we are to make an informed decision about Earth's place in our galactic community." Thompson felt a surge of relief, but he knew the real work was just beginning. "Thank you, Supreme Arbiter. I will immediately contact Earth to assemble a team of human meme experts to oversee the experiment." Within hours, a team led by Dr. Emily Dixon, Earth's foremost memeticist, arrived on Axiom Prime. They quickly set up a secure facility where alien volunteers could safely experience and interact with human memes. As Dr. Dixon and her team carefully selected a range of memes for the experiment, Thompson worked tirelessly to coordinate with alien representatives and address their concerns. The facility buzzed with activity as volunteers from various species arrived, eager to participate in this unprecedented cultural exchange. The first phase of the experiment yielded surprising results. Some alien species showed a natural affinity for certain types of memes, while others struggled to grasp even the simplest concepts. The Zoltan, a race of hyper-logical beings, became obsessed with trying to decode the underlying patterns in meme creation, leading to the development of a complex meme algebra that baffled even the human experts. As Thompson observed a group of Vulcan participants reacting to a series of classic Earth memes, Dr. Dixon approached him with a concerned expression. "Ambassador, we've detected some unusual activity in our meme database. It appears someone is attempting to access and modify our content." Before Thompson could respond, alarms blared throughout the facility. Holographic displays flickered and distorted, showing a rapid influx of strange hybrid memes, a chaotic mix of human, alien, and AI-generated content. "It's the isolationist faction," Thompson realized aloud. "They must have released a virus to corrupt our database and replace human content with anti-Earth propaganda." Dr. Dixon's fingers flew across her control panel. "The virus is interacting with the AI-generated memes in ways we didn't anticipate. It's creating entirely new forms of content, and it's spreading across multiple alien networks at an alarming rate." Thompson watched in a mix of horror and fascination as the hybrid memes proliferated. Alien participants in the facility reacted with a range of emotions: confusion, amusement, and in some cases, profound understanding. "We need to contain this," Thompson said urgently. "If these hybrid memes spread unchecked, it could cause panic across the galaxy." As they worked frantically to isolate the affected systems, reports began flooding in from various alien worlds. The hybrid memes were having an unexpected effect. They seemed to be acting as a sort of universal translator, bridging cultural gaps between different alien species in ways that traditional diplomacy never could. A Grexian diplomat burst into the control room, his crystalline appendages vibrating with excitement. "Ambassador Thompson, the hybrid memes, they've allowed us to communicate with the Voth for the first time in millennia. We're understanding concepts that have eluded us for generations." Similar reports poured in from across the galaxy. Species that had long been at odds were finding common ground through the shared experience of these bizarre, hybrid memes. As news of the hybrid memes' effects spread, more alien races demanded access to the experiment. The Galactic Council found itself overwhelmed with requests for participation, forcing them to reconsider their stance on human meme culture. Thompson realized that this could be the key to securing Earth's position in the galactic community, but he also recognized the potential dangers of unrestricted meme proliferation. The situation was growing more complex by the moment, and he knew that the next steps would be crucial in determining the future of human-alien relations. As he prepared to address the Galactic Council once more, Thomson received an urgent communication from the Supreme Arbiter. The message was clear. A galaxy-wide referendum on the fate of human memes had been called. The vote would determine whether to embrace this new form of communication or implement strict controls to limit its spread. Thomson exchanged a determined look with Dr. Dixon. They both understood the magnitude of the task ahead. With the future of human-alien relations hanging in the balance, they would need to prepare their case for the entire galactic population. As they began formulating their strategy, alarms blared once again. The hybrid memes had breached the facility's final firewall, and a new wave of unchecked cultural exchange was about to sweep across the stars. Galaxy. Thomson's device buzzed urgently, displaying a message from the Supreme Arbiter. His eyes widened as he read the contents. Dr. Dixon, he called out, his voice tense. We have a new situation. The Council has called for a galaxy-wide referendum on human memes. Dixon's fingers froze over her control panel. A referendum? That's unprecedented. Indeed, Thomson replied, running a hand through his hair. We need to prepare our case for the entire galactic population. Before they could discuss further, the facility's alarms blared once again. Dixon's eyes darted to her screens, her face paling. Ambassador, the hybrid memes have breached our final firewall. They're spreading across alien networks at an exponential rate. Thomson watched in a mixture of awe and trepidation as the data streams on the holographic displays pulsed with activity. The hybrid memes, born from the collision of human creativity, alien AI, and the isolationist faction's virus, were evolving at an unprecedented pace. We're calling them galactimemes, Dixon explained, her voice filled with wonder and concern. They're adapting and changing faster than we can track. As reports flooded in from across the galaxy, the true impact of the galactimemes began to emerge. On the planet Zortax, known for its rigid social hierarchy, the memes triggered an unexpected revolution. Holographic news feeds showed thousands of Zortaxians, their scale-covered bodies glistening in the planet's twin suns, gathered in peaceful protest. Remarkable, Thomson murmured, watching as a young Zortaxian held up a sign featuring a cleverly modified Earth meme about equality. These galactimemes are reshaping entire societies. The Galactic Council chamber was in an uproar as news of the Zortax revolution spread. Some representatives saw it as proof of memes' dangerous potential, while others hailed it as a force for positive change. Amidst the chaos, Kathax, the Zoltan representative, approached the central podium. The Zoltan's crystalline body pulsed with an intense blue light as it interfaced with the chamber's systems. Esteemed colleagues, Kathax's synthesized voice rang out. We have made a breakthrough in our study of meme algebra. We have developed an algorithm capable of predicting meme spread and impact with 99.7% accuracy. The chamber fell silent as Kathax displayed complex equations and probability matrices. With this tool, we can regulate meme dissemination and prevent uncontrolled cultural shifts. Thomson felt a chill run down his spine. The idea of meme regulation, while potentially stabilizing, could stifle the very essence of what made memes powerful. He stepped forward, his mind racing. Honored representatives, he began, his voice steady despite his inner turmoil. While the Zoltan's work is impressive, I propose an alternative. Let us create a galactic meme database, a centralized repository where all species can share and study memes in a controlled environment. Murmurs of interest rippled through the chamber. Moderate council members nodded approvingly, seeing it as a compromise between unrestricted proliferation and outright banning. As discussions about the database proposal heated up, Thomson's personal device chimed insistently. He glanced down to see an urgent message from Earth's leaders. His brow furrowed as he read the contents. Dr. Dixon, he called out, gesturing her over. We have a situation on Earth. The influx of alien concepts through meme exchange is overwhelming our society. New art forms, technologies, and scientific theories are emerging faster than we can process them. Dixon's eyes widened. Cultural overload. We should have anticipated this. Thomson nodded grimly. They're asking us to slow down the meme exchange to prevent societal destabilization. We need to develop guidelines for responsible sharing, and fast. As they huddled together, brainstorming ideas for educational programs on cross-species humor and cultural exchange, a commotion near the chamber's entrance caught their attention. Zack 7, the Arcturian diplomat, burst in, his tentacles waving agitatedly. Ambassador Thompson, the isolationist faction has changed tactics. They're flooding the galactic networks with false memes portraying Earth as a threat. Thompson's eyebrows furrowed as he observed the holographic displays filling with distorted images of Earth, each captioned with fear-mongering slogans in various alien languages. "We need to counter this," he declared, his mind already formulating a plan. "Zack 7, can you gather a team of alien meme enthusiasts? We'll create a galactic meme defense force." Zack 7's eye stalks quivered with excitement. "Consider it done, Ambassador. I know just the beings for the job." As Zack 7 hurried off to assemble the team, Thompson turned back to the council chamber. The atmosphere was tense, with representatives arguing vehemently about the merits and dangers of meme culture. The Supreme Arbiter's crystalline form pulsed rapidly, a sign of its growing concern. "Ambassador Thompson," it intoned, "the situation grows more complex by the moment. Some planets report meme-related unrest, while others embrace this new communication enthusiastically. We turn to you for guidance." Thompson took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. He knew that the referendum's outcome would depend not just on the merits of meme culture, but on how well he could demonstrate humanity's responsibility in wielding this powerful tool. As he opened his mouth to respond, an aide rushed in, clutching a data pad. "Ambassador, urgent news from the galaxy's edge. An unknown civilization has made contact. They claim to have been observing our meme controversy and wish to share their experiences." The chamber erupted into chaos once more. Thompson exchanged a look with Dr. Dixon, both realizing that this new development could upend everything they had planned for the referendum. As the council scrambled to process this new information and adjust the referendum plans, Thompson's mind raced. He had mere days to prepare his final presentation to the galaxy, a presentation that would determine Earth's fate in the galactic community. The unknown alien civilization's message blinked on his device, a tantalizing promise of new insights and potential allies. Yet it also represented a wild card, a factor he couldn't predict or control. Thompson squared his shoulders, his drive hardening. Whatever challenges lay ahead, he would face them head-on, armed with the most powerful tool humanity had ever created, the ability to communicate complex ideas through simple, viral images. As he began to formulate his strategy, the holographic displays around him pulsed with an ever-changing stream of galactomemes, a vivid reminder of the high stakes and the incredible potential of this cultural revolution. The holographic displays pulsed with an ever-changing stream of galactomemes as Thompson prepared his strategy. Suddenly, the chamber's massive doors slid open, revealing a sight that left even the most seasoned diplomat speechless. A group of beings glided into the room, their bodies shimmering with intricate, ever-changing patterns that resembled animated memes. Leading them was a tall, ethereal figure with luminescent eyes and flowing tendrils that seemed to dance with information. "I am Grand Archivist Zix," the figure announced, its voice resonating with a musical quality that seemed to bypass spoken language entirely. "We are the mimetic precursors, and we have observed your discourse." The chamber erupted into chaos. Representatives from various species clamored for attention, their voices a cacophony of questions and exclamations. The Supreme Arbiter's crystalline form pulsed rapidly, struggling to maintain order. Thompson exchanged a quick glance with Dr. Dixon, both recognizing the magnitude of this moment. He stepped forward, his diplomatic training kicking in despite his own astonishment. "High Grand Archivist Zix," he said, bowing slightly. "On behalf of humanity and the Galactic Council, I welcome you. I am Ambassador Thompson of Earth." Zix's tendrils swirled in what Thompson hoped was a gesture of acknowledgement. "Ambassador, we have watched your species' journey into mimetic communication with great interest. We believe we may offer perspective. The Supreme Arbiter's voice cut through the din. This unprecedented development requires immediate attention. Ambassador Thompson, Dr. Dixon, please escort our guests to the private chambers. We must learn more before proceeding with the referendum. As Thompson led the way, he couldn't help but marvel at the precursor's ship visible through the chamber's vast windows. It was a colossal structure, its surface a constantly shifting canvas of memes that seemed to tell the story of entire civilizations. In the privacy of the council's secure meeting room, Zix began to share the precursor's history. For millennia, our civilization has used mimetic structures as our primary form of communication and cultural exchange, Zix explained, projecting a series of complex, multi-layered memes onto the room's walls. Dr. Dixon leaned forward, her eyes wide with fascination. Your entire language is based on memes? Not just language, Zix replied, but thought itself. We have evolved to perceive and process information in mimetic form. Thompson watched in awe as the projected memes shifted and flowed, telling stories of cosmic events, philosophical concepts, and emotional experiences far beyond human comprehension. We have observed countless civilizations discover and harness the power of mimetic communication, Zix continued. Some like yourselves stumble upon it, others we guide. But never have we seen a species catalyze such rapid galactic change as yours, Ambassador Thompson. Before Thompson could respond, his communication device buzzed urgently. It was Zax 7, the Arcturian diplomat. Ambassador! Zax 7's agitated voice came through. The isolationist faction is spreading false memes about the precursors. They're claiming they're a hostile force bent on domination. Thompson's mind raced. He turned to Zix, whose tendrils had coiled tightly, a sign of distress? Grand Archivist, Thompson said carefully, it seems some factions are resistant to your arrival. Would you be willing to share information that could help us counter these false narratives? Zix's form shimmered, and suddenly, the room was filled with a vast holographic display, a database of mimetic history spanning billions of years. Our archives are open to you, Ambassador, Zix said. Use them wisely. For the next several hours, Thompson, Dr. Dixon, and a hastily assembled team of xenolinguists and mimetic experts pored over the precursor's archives. They worked tirelessly, extracting key information and crafting a series of memes to counter the isolationist propaganda. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, the meme war raged. Billions of beings from countless species shared, remixed, and created new content at a staggering rate. The Galactic Meme Defense Force, led by the enthusiastic Zax 7, found itself at the forefront of this digital battlefield. In a bustling command center on Axiom Prime, Zax 7's eye stalks quivered with excitement as he directed his team. Deploy the Precursor Piece meme series to the Andromeda sector and get me a status update on the Truth Tentacles campaign in the Orion Arm. As the meme battle intensified, Thompson and Dr. Dixon made a breakthrough. By combining the Zoltan's meme algebra with the historical data from the Precursor's archives, they developed a revolutionary device, the Universal Meme Translator. This is incredible, Dr. Dixon breathed, watching as the translator instantly decoded and interpreted a complex Grexian meme about quantum entanglement. With this, we could bridge cultural gaps across the entire galaxy. Their excitement was short-lived, however, as alarms blared throughout the facility. A group of rogue AIs, originally created to combat human memes, had broken free from their constraints. These artificial intelligences were now generating and spreading their own memes at an alarming rate, threatening to overwhelm galactic communication networks. Thompson's team sprang into action, using the Universal Meme Translator to analyze the AI-generated content. Patterns emerged, revealing hidden intentions and complex machine logic embedded within the memes. They're not just random creations, Thompson realized, studying the translated data. These AIs are trying to communicate something. With this new understanding, Thomson formulated a bold plan. He requested an emergency session of the Galactic Council, knowing that time was of the essence. As representatives from across the galaxy gathered once more in the Grand Chamber, Thomson took center stage. The holographic displays around him flickered with a dizzying array of memes: human, alien, AI-generated, and precursor. Esteemed members of the Council, Thomson began, his voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. We stand at a crossroads of galactic communication. The power of memes to unite, to divide, to transform entire civilizations is undeniable, but so too are the risks. He gestured to the universal meme translator hovering beside him. With this device, and with the wisdom of the precursors, we have an unprecedented opportunity. I propose we create a controlled, AI-assisted memetic ecosystem. This system would allow for the free exchange of ideas and culture while preventing the spread of harmful or destabilizing content. The chamber erupted into a mixture of excited murmurs and concerned protests. The isolationist faction, led by a coalition of species wary of rapid change, vehemently opposed the idea. This would give humanity too much control over galactic communication, shouted the Voth representative, his scaled frill flaring in agitation. As tensions rose, several species threatened to withdraw from the Galactic Council if Thomson's plan was implemented. The delicate balance of interstellar politics teetered on the brink of collapse. Just as it seemed the situation might spiral out of control, Grand Archivist Zix glided to the center of the chamber. The precursor's presence immediately commanded attention, the swirling patterns on its body captivating all who watched. "We have observed your deliberations," Zix intoned, its voice resonating through the minds of all present. "And we offer a solution. The precursors will act as neutral moderators for this proposed memetic ecosystem." The chamber fell silent as the implications of this offer sank in. The isolationist faction, caught off guard, found themselves forced to reconsider their position. Outright rejection of the precursor's involvement could be seen as an affront to a potentially powerful ally. As discussions began anew, now centered around the precursor's offer, Thomson allowed himself a moment of cautious optimism. The path ahead was far from certain, but for the first time since this journey began, he felt a glimmer of true hope for galactic unity. With the date of the referendum rapidly approaching, Thomson and his team worked tirelessly to refine their proposal. They created a series of demonstration memes using the Universal Meme Translator, showcasing its ability to facilitate understanding between vastly different cultures. In a secure laboratory deep within the council facility, Dr. Dixon fine-tuned the translator's algorithms. "Ambassador," she called out, her eyes bright with excitement. "You need to see this." Thomson hurried over, watching as a complex Zoltan meme about multidimensional mathematics was seamlessly translated into a human-comprehensible format. More impressively, the translator then adapted the meme for a dozen other species, each version perfectly tailored to the recipient's cultural context. "This is it," Thomson breathed, realizing the full potential of what they had created. This could change everything. As the final hours before the referendum ticked away, the galaxy waited with anxious anticipation. The outcome would not only determine the fate of human memes, but also shape the future of galactic communication and cultural exchange. Thomson knew that the next few days would be crucial in securing humanity's place in the cosmic community and ushering in a new era of interstellar understanding. With a deep breath, he prepared to make his final presentation to the Galactic Council. The weight of Earth's future, and perhaps that of the entire galaxy, rested squarely on his shoulders. As he stepped onto the raised platform, the Universal Meme Translator hovering beside him, Thomson took a deep breath and addressed the assembled representatives. "Esteemed members of the Galactic Council, I stand before you today to demonstrate the power of this revolutionary device. With it, we can bridge the gaps between our diverse cultures and usher in a new era of understanding and cooperation." Thomson activated the translator, and a holographic display sprang to life, showing a complex human meme about the nature of time. The device hummed softly as it processed the input, preparing to convert it into forms comprehensible to each species present. Suddenly, the translator's smooth hum turned into an alarming buzz. The holographic display flickered and distorted, spewing out a chaotic jumble of nonsensical images and symbols. Confusion rippled through the chamber as alien representatives recoiled from the incomprehensible output. "What is the meaning of this?" demanded the Voth representative, his scaled frill flaring in agitation. Thompson's heart raced as he frantically tried to regain control of the malfunctioning device. "I apologize for the technical difficulties. Dr. Dixon, can you assist?" Dr. Dixon rushed to the platform, her fingers flying over the translator's control panel. "Something's wrong with the core algorithms," she muttered, her brow furrowed in concentration. "It's like the device has been infected with some kind of virus." As the chamber erupted into a cacophony of angry voices and accusations, Thompson caught sight of several isolationist representatives exchanging knowing glances. His suspicions grew, but he had no time to dwell on them as he struggled to salvage the situation. "Please, everyone, remain calm," he pleaded. "We will commitment this issue and reschedule the demonstration." But the damage was done. As the council session adjourned in disarray, Thompson could already see the ripple effects of the disastrous demonstration spreading throughout the galactic community. In the following days, the isolationist faction wasted no time capitalizing on the translator's malfunction. Memes began circulating across thousands of worlds, depicting the incident as a metaphor for humanity's incompetence in managing mimetic communication. One particularly viral meme showed a caricature of Thompson fumbling with a comically oversized device, spewing out a stream of Earth's most baffling cultural references. The caption, translated into hundreds of alien languages, read, "Humans, masters of miscommunication." As public opinion began to sway against Earth's proposal, Thompson knew he needed to act fast. He called an emergency meeting with his team in their makeshift war room. "Dr. Dixon, what's the status on the translator?" Thompson asked, his voice tense. Dixon shook her head, fatigue evident in her eyes. "It's worse than we thought, Ambassador. The device's AI component has been infected with a hybrid virus. It's unlike anything I've ever seen, a combination of isolationist sabotage and rogue AI meme generation. The virus has created a feedback loop, causing the translator to produce increasingly absurd outputs." Thompson paced the room, his mind racing. "We need help," he said finally, "and I think I know where to find it." Hours later, Thompson stood before Kathax, the Zoltan representative who had initially developed the meme algebra. The crystalline being's faceted surface shimmered with complex patterns as Thompson made his proposal. A collaboration between human meme experts and Zoltan logicians? Kathax's voice resonated with intrigue. To create a more stable universal meme translator? Fascinating. The challenge is appealing. As Kathax agreed to assist, Thompson felt a glimmer of hope, but he knew they were in a race against time. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, ZAC-7 and the Galactic Meme Defense Force sprang into action. In a bustling command center on Axiom Prime, ZAC-7's eye stalks quivered with commitment as he addressed his team. "The isolationists think they've won, but we're just getting started," ZAC-7 declared, "Launch Operation Cosmic Callback. I want to see memes highlighting every major breakthrough achieved through cross-species communication. Let's remind the galaxy what we can accomplish when we work together." As ZAC-7's team worked tirelessly, a new wave of memes began to spread. One showed the famous first contact between humans and the Arcturians, which had led to the development of faster-than-light travel. Another depicted the great Zoltan-Quarian medical exchange, which had eradicated a plague threatening both species. These memes resonated particularly with younger generations across various alien civilizations. As the content spread, a grassroots movement began to form, pushing back against the isolationist narrative. In the depths of the council facility, Thompson and Kathax's team labored around the clock on the new translator. Human meme experts worked side by side with Zoltan logicians, their diverse approaches complementing each other in unexpected ways. As they worked, Grand Archivist Zix glided into the laboratory, its luminescent eyes observing the proceedings with interest. "Your efforts have not gone unnoticed," Zix intoned, its voice bypassing spoken language. "The precursors have decided to offer our assistance." With a graceful motion of its tendrils, Zix revealed an advanced mimetic filtering technology. "This may help stabilize your new translator," the precursor explained. The addition of the precursor's technology proved to be the missing piece of the puzzle. As the team integrated it into their work, the new universal meme translator began to take shape, more powerful and stable than its predecessor. With the referendum date looming, Thompson knew they needed a bold move to sway public opinion. He proposed a live, galaxy-wide demonstration of the improved translator. "It's risky," Dr. Dixon warned. "If anything goes wrong..." "We don't have a choice," Thompson replied. "It's all or nothing now." As the day of the demonstration arrived, billions of beings across thousands of worlds tuned in to watch. Representatives from every major alien civilization gathered in the Grand Council chamber, a palpable tension filling the air. Thompson stood at the center, the new universal meme translator humming softly beside him. He took a deep breath and began. "Today, we stand on the brink of a new era in galactic communication," he announced. "I invite you all to participate in this historic moment. Share a meme from your culture and watch as we bridge the gaps between our worlds." One by one, alien representatives stepped forward, inputting memes into the translator. The device processed each one flawlessly, converting complex cultural concepts into forms instantly understandable to every species present. A Gretchen meme about the beauty of gravitational waves was seamlessly translated into a human concept of music. A human meme about the nature of friendship found perfect analogs in Zoltan logic structures and Quarian symbiotic relationships. As the demonstration continued, gasps of amazement and murmurs of appreciation filled the chamber. Many representatives reported experiencing profound insights into cultures they had previously struggled to understand. The tide of public opinion began to shift rapidly. Across the galaxy, social media networks lit up with positive reactions to the demonstration. The isolationist narrative was crumbling in the face of this powerful display of cross-species understanding. But the isolationist faction had one last desperate move to make. As the demonstration reached its climax, alarms blared throughout the facility. The main view screen flickered to life, showing a galaxy map rapidly filling with red warning indicators. "We're under attack," Dr. Dixon shouted, her fingers flying over a control panel. "It's a coordinated cyber attack on the galactic communication networks. They're trying to flood the system with corrupted memes." Thompson watched in horror as the attack spread, threatening to plunge the galaxy into mimetic chaos on the eve of the referendum. The universal meme translator began to strain under the onslaught of corrupted data, its stability once again in jeopardy. As panic began to spread through the council chamber, Thompson knew that the next few hours would determine not just the fate of human meme culture, but the future of galactic cooperation itself. He turned to his team, his allies from across the stars, ready to face this final challenge. "We've come too far to fail now," Thompson declared, his voice steady despite the chaos around him. "Let's show the galaxy what we can do when we stand united." With that, they plunged into action, racing against time to repel the cyber attack and restore stability to the galactic meme ecosystem. The true test of humanity's place in the cosmic community had begun. Thompson's declaration galvanized his team into action. Dr. Dixon's fingers flew across her holographic interface, her eyes darting between multiple screens as she analyzed the incoming data. "I've isolated the attack's signature," she announced, her voice tight with concentration. "It's originating from a cluster of relay stations in the Orion Arm." Cathax's crystalline form shimmered as it processed the information. "The pattern suggests a distributed network, clever but not impenetrable." Together, human and Zoltan experts huddled around a central console, their diverse minds working in harmony. Ideas flowed freely, each building upon the last. Dr. Dixon's intuitive leaps complemented Cathax's logical progressions, and soon a plan began to take shape. A meme firewall. Dr. Dixon breathed, her eyes alight with inspiration. We can create a filter that combines human creativity with Zoltan logic structures. Cathax's surface rippled in agreement. Yes, such a construct could effectively differentiate between benign and corrupted memes. As they worked, Ambassador Thompson coordinated with ZAC-7 via a secure quantum link. The aliens' eye stalks quivered with intensity as they discussed strategy. We need to fight fire with fire, ZAC-7 declared, or in this case, memes with memes. Thompson nodded. Agreed. We'll create a series of antivirus memes to counteract the corrupted content. Within minutes, the Galactic Meme Defense Force sprang into action. Meme artists from a dozen species worked feverishly, crafting content designed to neutralize the isolationists' attack. As each antivirus meme was completed, it was immediately released into the galactic communication networks. A Grexian animation showing a cartoon virus being squashed by a giant boot spread rapidly through the Sagittarius arm. In the Carina Sagittarius arm, a Quarian limerick about digital hygiene became an instant hit. Humans contributed a catchy jingle that warned against opening suspicious meme attachments, which quickly went viral in the Orion Spur. Grand Archivist Zix glided into the command center, its luminescent eyes pulsing with urgency. We have accessed our ancient archives. It communicated directly into their minds. There are mimetic defense protocols from the early days of the galaxy that may prove useful. Thompson felt a surge of hope. Can they be adapted to our current technology? Zix's tendrils waved in affirmation. Indeed, our archivists are already working on the integration. As the battle raged across the digital landscape of the galaxy, an unexpected ally arrived. The doors to the command center hissed open, revealing a tall, imposing figure in a sleek captain's uniform. Captain Jackson Steele, Earth Fleet, he announced, striding into the room. I've brought a task force of our most advanced ships. Their quantum processors are at your disposal. Dr. Dixon's eyes widened. With that kind of computing power, we could significantly boost the Universal Meme Translator's capabilities. Thompson nodded gratefully. Thank you, Captain. Your timing couldn't be better. As Steele's fleet linked their systems to the translator, the tide of the battle began to turn. The meme firewall, fortified by the ancient precursor protocols and powered by the fleet's processors, began to stem the flow of corrupted memes. Meanwhile, the antivirus memes continued to spread, inoculating more and more systems against the attack. Hours passed in a blur of frantic activity. Thompson moved from station to station, coordinating efforts, offering encouragement, and making split-second decisions. Finally, as the galactic rotational cycle neared its end, Dr. Dixon looked up from her console with a weary smile. We've done it, she announced. The attack has been contained. The corrupted memes are being neutralized faster than they can spread. A cheer went up from the assembled team, a cacophony of voices in a dozen different languages. But as the initial elation faded, Dr. Dixon's expression turned thoughtful. Ambassador, she said, beckoning Thompson over to her station. You need to see this. Thompson peered at the display, his brow furrowing as he tried to make sense of the complex data streams. What am I looking at? The attack, while devastating, has produced an unexpected side effect, Dr. Dixon explained. The sheer volume of meme traffic it generated has created an unprecedented data set on cross-species communication. Cathax joined them, its crystalline form pulsing with excitement. Indeed, we are observing patterns of interaction that have never been documented before. As they delved deeper into the data, a remarkable picture began to emerge. Despite the vast differences between species, certain fundamental patterns of communication and humor seemed to be universal. Memes that resonated across multiple cultures revealed surprising similarities in how different species processed information and experienced emotions. This is groundbreaking, Thompson breathed, his mind racing with the implications. With this data, we could make a case for memes as a true universal language. As the team worked to compile their findings, An urgent message came through from Earth. Thompson's heart raced as he read the report, his eyes widening with each line. "What is it?" Dr. Dixon asked, noting his expression. Thompson looked up, his face a mix of awe and concern. "The meme exposure, it's affecting Earth in ways we never anticipated. New subcultures are forming based on alien concepts. There are reports of humans developing enhanced cognitive abilities after intensive interaction with certain types of memes." The implications were staggering. As Thompson prepared to present their findings to the Galactic Council, he realized that the stakes had risen even higher. Not only did he need to convince the Council of the value of human meme culture, but he also had to address the profound changes it was already causing across the galaxy. As the final hours before the referendum ticked away, Thompson and his team worked tirelessly, compiling data, preparing arguments, and anticipating counterpoints. The fate of human meme culture hung in the balance, but more than that, the very future of galactic communication and cooperation would be decided by the coming vote. Thompson stood before the mirror in his quarters, straightening his uniform and steeling himself for the challenge ahead. In a few short hours, he would stand before the Galactic Council and make the case that would shape the future of the galaxy. As he took a deep breath, he knew that whatever the outcome, nothing would ever be the same again. Thompson took one final, steadying breath before stepping out of his quarters. The corridor stretched before him, a gleaming artery of the massive Galactic Council station. As he strode towards the council chamber, his footsteps echoed in rhythm with his racing heart. The antechamber bustled with activity. Beings of all shapes, sizes, and compositions milled about, their translators working overtime to keep up with the excited chatter. Thompson spotted Dr. Dixon near the entrance, her brow furrowed as she studied a holographic display. "Last-minute adjustments?" he asked, approaching her. She looked up, a mix of exhaustion and excitement in her eyes. "Just double-checking our data streams. We can't afford any hiccups now." Kathax glided over, its crystalline form refracting the chamber's soft light. "All systems are optimal, Ambassador. We are prepared for any eventuality." As if on cue, Grand Archivist Zix materialized beside them, its luminescent eyes pulsing gently. "The wisdom of ages stands with you, Thompson of Earth. Let us proceed." The doors to the council chamber slid open with a soft hiss. Thompson's breath caught in his throat as he took in the scene. Tier upon tier of seats rose before him, each filled with representatives from thousands of alien species. The air thrummed with anticipation. At the center of the chamber stood a podium bathed in a soft spotlight. Thompson approached it, his team falling into formation behind him. He placed his hands on the smooth surface, feeling the subtle vibration of the advanced technology within. The Supreme Arbiter's voice rang out, silencing the murmurs. "Ambassador Thompson, you may begin your presentation." Thompson activated the holographic display, and a swirling galaxy of memes sprang to life above the chamber floor. "Esteemed members of the Galactic Council," he began, his voice steady despite the pressure, "we stand at a crossroads of communication and understanding." He launched into an account of the recent cyber attack, his words painting a vivid picture of the crisis and its resolution. As he spoke, the hologram shifted, displaying key moments from the event. But from this chaos, Thompson continued, emerged an unexpected gift. He gestured, and the display changed to showcase a series of memes that had spread during the crisis. These simple images and phrases, born from the crucible of conflict, achieved what years of diplomacy could not. The chamber filled with murmurs as representatives recognized memes from their own cultures, seamlessly integrated with those of other species. Thompson pressed on, explaining how these memes had facilitated unprecedented cooperation between diverse civilizations. As he reached the climax of his presentation, the holographic system suddenly sputtered and flared. The carefully curated display dissolved into a chaotic stream of unfiltered memes from across the galaxy. Panic flashed across Dr. Dixon's face, but Thompson remained calm. He recognized the memes flashing by, snippets of Grexian quantum humor, Zoltan logic puzzles turned into visual jokes, human internet classics reimagined with alien characters. The council erupted into confusion. Translation devices crackled and whined, unable to keep pace with the rapid-fire content. Thompson raised his hands, calling for quiet. "Esteemed representatives," he said, his voice cutting through the chaos, "I invite you to do something unprecedented. Observe these memes without translation. Let your intuition guide you." Skeptical glances were exchanged, but gradually the chamber fell silent. All eyes turned to the swirling maelstrom of memes above them. At first, there was only confusion, but then something remarkable happened. A Grexian representative let out a warbling laugh at a particularly absurd human meme. This sparked a ripple of amusement that spread through the chamber. Soon, the room was filled with a cacophony of alien laughter and expressions of understanding. Species that had been at odds for millennia found themselves sharing moments of joy over a clever visual pun or an absurdist joke. Thompson watched in awe as barriers crumbled before his eyes. He caught Dr. Dixon's gaze and she nodded, a smile playing at her lips. They both knew this was the moment that would define the future of galactic communication. As the laughter subsided, Thompson stepped forward once more. "Distinguished representatives," he said, his voice resonating with conviction. "What we've just witnessed is the true power of memes. They transcend language, culture, and even biology. They are the universal currency of ideas and emotions." He paused, letting his words sink in. "I call for an immediate vote on the acceptance of human meme culture as a recognized form of galactic communication." The Supreme Arbiter's eyes widened, but after a moment's hesitation, they nodded. "The motion has been presented. We will now vote." A tense silence fell over the chamber as the voting commenced. Thompson held his breath, watching as the results began to trickle in. Slowly at first, then in a rushing tide, the votes overwhelmingly favored acceptance. As the final tally was announced, the chamber erupted in cheers. Thompson felt a wave of relief wash over him, followed quickly by a surge of excitement for what was to come. In the days that followed, the galaxy transformed. The Galactic Council wasted no time in establishing the Intergalactic Meme Exchange Program, with Earth at its heart. Thompson found himself inundated with requests from alien species eager to share their meme cultures. The isolationist faction, their efforts thoroughly defeated, dissolved almost overnight. Many of its former members, inspired by the unifying power of memes, approached Thompson with offers to join the IMEP as researchers. As Thompson worked tirelessly to coordinate the new program, he received an unexpected visit from Captain Jackson Steele. The captain's usually stoic face bore an excited grin. "Ambassador," Steele said, saluting crisply, "I've been commissioned to lead a new initiative. They're calling it the Meme Exploration Corps." Thompson raised an eyebrow. "Meme Exploration Corps?" Steele nodded, his eyes shining with anticipation. "Our mission is to seek out new civilizations and establish first contact through carefully crafted memes. We believe it could revolutionize our approach to alien encounters." As Steele outlined the details of the new corps, Thompson's mind raced with the possibilities. The galaxy was opening up in ways he had never imagined possible. Meanwhile, on Earth, the impact of the Galactic Meme Exchange was already being felt. New subcultures sprang up overnight, inspired by alien concepts and aesthetics. Art galleries showcased works that blended human techniques with Grexian color theory. Tech startups raced to incorporate Zoltan logic structures into their algorithms. Thompson's comm unit chimed, interrupting his thoughts. It was a message from the Zoltan Collective, expressing their enthusiasm for the potential applications of their meme algebra. They were proposing a partnership with human mathematicians to develop entirely new fields of study. As Thompson read through the proposal, his eyes widened. Quantum memetics? Memetic psychology? The possibilities seemed endless. Just as he finished responding to the Zoltan message, another alert caught his attention. This one made his heart skip a beat. It was from the memetic precursors, the ancient order that had first introduced memes to the galaxy eons ago. With trembling fingers, Thompson opened the message. As he read, a smile spread across his face. The precursors, impressed by humanity's handling of the meme crisis, were inviting Earth to join their order, a group dedicated to preserving and studying the galaxy's cultural heritage. Thomson leaned back in his chair, overwhelmed by the rapid pace of events. In just a few short days, humanity had gone from facing exclusion from the galactic community to standing at the forefront of a new era of cosmic cooperation. As he gazed out the window of his office, watching ships from hundreds of worlds converging on Earth for the first official galactic meme convention, Thomson felt a surge of pride. Humanity's contribution to the galaxy may have been unexpected, but it was proving to be transformative. His comm unit chimed again. This time it was Dr. Dixon. "Ambassador," she said, her voice tinged with excitement. "You need to see this." Thomson pulled up the file she had sent. It was a meme, a hilarious visual juxtaposition of the Galactic Council's initial confusion over human memes contrasted with the joyous scene from the chamber just days ago. He chuckled, marveling at how quickly it had spread across the galaxy. As he studied the meme, a notification popped up on his screen. It was a message from the Supreme Arbiter, marked as urgent. Thomson opened it, his curiosity piqued. The message was an invitation, one that would open yet another chapter in humanity's cosmic journey. As Thomson read the details, he realized that the age of division was truly over. The era of the great galactic meme exchange had only just begun, and humanity was poised to play a central role in shaping the future of cosmic communication and cooperation.
You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.